with the VIS token taking an absolute dump, heading back to the all-time low, as well as the floor Pegaxy prices dropping off a cliff. Many people have been wondering, is Pegaxy doomed? Well, we're going to be going over that in this video, so without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right in. A few weeks ago, I made a video posting about a warning on the Pegaxy game, and kind of said that Pegaxy was turning into a bubble, which seemed to be true as the price completely jumped off a cliff. So the decline of the VIS token can be contributed to multiple factors, including the slowdown of the growth rate of the players. If we take a look here at the historical activity of the player growth, again in January, here we are, I made my video around January 30th. Again, we were experiencing exponential player growth. Again, users going from a few thousand up to tens of thousands, and now has started to slow down over in this area. You know, peaking out, still getting a lot of growth, but has slowed down drastically. Not only that, but also the mint to burn ratio has been getting decreased over time. So when you take a look back at my video on January 30th, you can see the VIS token burn ratio was around 93%, and this has decreased down to 88%, which isn't a huge jump, but you can see that the mint to burn, more mint has been coming in as of recently. Not a lot of days has the burn rate been performing higher than the mint rate. And this is a bad problem for the economy, for the VIS token, because if less people are burning their Pegaxy tokens, their VIS tokens, and breeding and making more, Pegaxys, that just means that there is not enough demand for people buying the Pegaxys. They're not able to flip and make their money as quick, so they're turning to selling their VIS tokens, which would also decrease the price on VIS. And one of the reasons, that everybody is going to sell their VIS token is because the floor price is absolutely taking a dump. Again, I made another video explaining that, VIS is going to overtake SLP's market cap if it doubled or tripled again on that price up to around 40 to 60 cents, somewhere in that range. Then it would be better than SLP's market cap at its peak with just like a percentage, 2% or 3% of the actual player base that Axie had at the time. Now, the floor prices at the time of this video on February 3rd was $1,900. $1,850 is what you can see here on the screen. And now you can see that the floor prices have dropped drastically at an average of around $890 or $900 if you want to round up whatever it is. They've cut in half, which is crazy. And again, also looking at the sales volume has dropped off as well, declining a lot recently because Payday just came out. Again, a lot of people are just selling their VIS token now, further decreasing the price on it because there's so much more, push to go down. Now, looking at the born Pegaxys here, again, there was a spike. Again, paydays are normally around that 12th to 15th range on the days, as well as the first, like the 28th through the 1st, somewhere in there. So you always see these little peaks in there. The Axie community does the exact same thing. Again, sales volume was exponentially increasing. The sold Pegaxys was actually increasing like crazy. And the mint to burn ratio was, more burned being than minted for the most part. So with all that being said, is the VIS token and Pegaxy doomed? And to that, I have to say, not yet. This is just a correction in the market. There is no reason that the VIS token should be going from, like a cent all the way up to, $100 or whatever it is, just because of hype around it. There's going to be corrections in the market here. So are we seeing the bottom? Is this a good time to buy in? We'll have to wait and see. Personally, I think this is probably a good rebound spot for the price to bounce back up. Again, this is a more realistic price, around 10 cents or so for the VIS token with that high burn ratio. Low player base as of right now. There's only 190,000 Pegaxys. There are still people getting into Pegaxy, but again, that growth rate has slowed down a lot. If we go into that 30-day view, again, users added, It's still increasing at a really good rate, but it's not as exponential as it was. The last couple days, though, there has been, very slow movement, but again, it's still movement, more people going into the game. So if this trend continues, and with the prices of Pegaxys actually dropping off a cliff, more people should be able to get into the game. But again, we never know how low the prices are going to go. So with all that being said, just take it with a grain of salt here. I don't think Pegaxy is dead by any means, but again, this could be a really good buying point for some of you guys. So take it with a grain of salt. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Peace.